In the beautiful village of Chandanpur, where the river flows like silver and the peacocks dance in the monsoon, lived a young boy named Arjun. Arjun was a hardworking boy, but he was also very poor. One year the rains didn't come, the ground turned dusty, and everyone in the village became very protective of their food. Arjun's mother gave him a small bag containing the very last of their bajra, millet flour. "Arjun," she said, "take this to the communal oven and bake 2 rotis, one for you and one for me. It is all we have." As Arjun reached the big banyan tree, he saw Lalu the monkey. Usually, Lalu was jumping and causing mischief, but today he looked weak and sad. Lalu pointed to his stomach and made a tiny whimpering sound. Arjun looked at his small bag of flour. He thought, "If I give him some, I will have less." But then he remembered his grandfather's words, "The hand that gives is always fuller than the hand that takes." Arjun sat down, took a small portion of his flour, mixed it with a little water from his flask, and patted out a tiny thin roti on a flat stone. He fed it to Lalu. Lalu's eyes brightened. He did a little flip and handed Arjun a dry, twisted stick from the banyan tree. Arjun laughed. "A stick? Well, thank you, Lalu. A gift is a gift." He tucked the stick into his waistband and moved on. Near the village well, Arjun saw Dadima, the oldest woman in the village. She was trying to light a small fire to stay warm, but her hands were shaking, and the wood was damp. "Beta, son," she called out, "I have no strength to gather dry wood today." Arjun didn't hesitate. He remembered the dry stick Lalu the monkey had given him. It was perfectly dry. He gave it to Dadima. She smiled and handed him a handful of marigold seeds. "But Dadima," Arjun said, "the ground is too dry for flowers." "Plant them anyway, Beta," she whispered. "What you give to the earth gives back to you." Finally, Arjun reached the oven, but he saw Kaka the potter slumped over his wheel. Kaka's throat was so dry he couldn't even speak. He had been working all day making pots for the village festival, but hadn't had a drop of water. Arjun looked at his water flask. It was his only drink for the whole day. He looked at his bag of flour. Arjun knelt down and gave Kaka his entire flask of water. Kaka drank deeply and sighed with relief. "Arjun, you have saved my day. I have nothing to give you but this old, cracked clay pot." Arjun took the pot. Now he had a stick given away, seeds, and a cracked pot. He felt a little worried. He baked his 2 small rotis and started his long walk home. Suddenly, the sky turned dark. A huge monsoon storm began. Rain poured down. Arjun dropped the marigold seeds Dadima gave him into the mud near his house as he ran. He realized the cracked pot Kaka gave him wasn't just any pot. It was the perfect shape to catch the rainwater leaking through his roof. He placed it under the leak, saving his mother's bed from getting soaked. The next morning, the sun rose. Arjun walked outside and gasped. The marigold seeds hadn't grown into flowers. They had sprouted into golden wheat stalks overnight. Because Arjun had given his food to the monkey, his wood to the old lady, and his water to the potter, the universe conspired to help him. Lalu the monkey arrived with a huge bunch of bananas. Dadima arrived with a warm blanket she had knitted. Kaka the potter arrived with a brand new set of sturdy pots for Arjun's mother. In life, my little friends, the world is like a mountain. If you shout, "I love you," the mountain shouts, "I love you" back. If you give kindness, kindness will find its way back to your door, often in ways you never expected.